Hi y'all, I'm Abby, and I hope you like this 30-minute yin class for beginners. We'll use blocks, but if you don't have blocks, you can use a cushion or a pillow or a folded blanket for support. We'll start in easy or lotus pose, hands resting on our knees, either up for energy, or you can also place them down for grounding. I'm going to have them up today. Here now we find our Ujjayi breath or ocean breath, inhaling deeply through our nose, exhaling through our nose with a slight constriction in our throat, our tongue at the roof of our mouth. Act as if you're fogging up a window. And just pay attention to your breath throughout today's practice, always noticing as your mind starts to wander, bring it back to your breath. We'll head to a fold now, but in lotus pose or easy pose still. Find your block or your other support and lay it just about a foot in front of you or so. You can always adjust it. Let your upper body fold down now towards your blocks, laying your forehead on your block or your left or right cheek, but make sure to switch halfway through if you do that. You might only want one block today, or possibly you don't want any blocks at all. Remember to always adjust your blocks, your props, to your flexibility that day, and you can always ease further into your edge by taking away your props. Find your breath, deep inhales, longer exhales. Keep your chin rolled to your chest and your shoulders relaxed. As you ease in, now is the time to go a little deeper with your breath and let your breath be your focus. And if you're still bombarded by thoughts, maybe think of them like boats on a river floating by and you're on the shore. Just notice those boats, but let them keep going. Don't judge them. Don't worry about leaving your focus. Just come back to it. Keep watching the river flow by. Keep letting your breath flow. Inhale through your nose. And notice that exhale, just audible to you with that Ujjayi breath. Your awareness come back to your hands and let them push you back up to a seated position. We'll go now into Dragonfly pose, so fully extended legs as far out to the sides as your flexibility will allow you. Grab your blocks or cushions. We'll do the right side first. Do keep your toes on both feet flexed back towards you the whole time if you can. Set your blocks just inside your knee. Remember, you can adjust if you need to. Inhale your arms up over top, fold down, setting your right side cheek on the blocks, or you can go forehead to block. Remember, see where you're at. You might take away a block and go just one. We're looking to reach our edge, which is the most amount of sensation in our body without pain or numbness or tingling. And then we want stillness, absolute stillness, as still as you can possibly be. Resist that itch, resist those restless legs. Just try to be still. And then we try to do those things for time. So this side is a whole 3 minutes. It's the time to look for your breath. Ease into it. Try to keep your toes flexed back, but otherwise relax. Inhale slowly through your nose, and even slower through your nose on your exhale. Our awareness comes now to our forehead or our cheeks as we lift it from our block and sit upright again. Gently placing your blocks on the other side. We'll inhale our arms up over top again and exhale, fold to the left side, looking for our left cheek to the block or our forehead to the block. I'm a little tighter on this side, so I'm going to double my blocks. Remember that we might be different on one side or the other, or we might reach our edge halfway through the pose and want to go a little further, or perhaps we might get uncomfortable and we might want to add a block halfway through. So just know that as we want to be as still as possible, but we do need to adjust if we reach in our edge in a good way or a bad way. So keep that in mind. Find your breath again. Make sure you've released your shoulders and let them drop. You've released your arms. Your hands are in a comfortable position. And look for the flow of your breath. Let the boats float by on the river. shoulders, our forehead now, our face as we lift it off our blocks and sit upright again. We'll fold to the middle now, which might be a little more uncomfortable for many of you, so support as you need to. Again, inhale your arms up over top and exhale, fold onto the blocks. Let your shoulders drop, let your hands drop. Remove a block if you need to. Do what you need to find your edge and relax. We're going 3 minutes here. Your awareness comes now to your third eye as we lift it from our blocks or the ground and sit up again. Have your blocks handy as we will use them for the next pose, Shoelace. Start with legs extended in front of you and take your left leg and cross it over your right leg with the sole of your left foot pointing back toward you. Use your blocks or a pillow and put them on top of your left knee, and that is where you will lay your head. You should really be feeling this in your hips, as that is the goal of this whole sequence, but you'll definitely feel them here. See if you want a little more. I know I do. And then find your breath. Let your shoulders relax and drop always. We tend to hold them up next to our ears, so let them fold down. awareness to your block as you lift your head from it. Very slowly, never rush through each transition. Uncross your legs. And now cross the right leg over the left leg, sole of the foot in your direction back toward you as best you can. Place those blocks up on your knee, and remember it's a little bit more of a balance here, so adjust as you need to, and then fold down onto your block. Hands down on the mat, find a comfortable position and let your shoulders fall, and let your breath flow. Awareness to your blocks again as we sit up from Shoelace, very slowly coming out of it. Set those blocks to your side, unfold your legs, and we're actually going to stand up here. So find your way to a standing position and have your blocks or cushions close by. Make sure you have plenty of cushions for support, maybe even taller than these blocks. We're going to do a yogi squat, which is my favorite for the hips. Place your supports, your props below you, between your legs, and then find a wide leg position. And you'll find what distance works best for you. You sit into your heels, hands together, and just sit down deep until you find those blocks. The goal will be to get all the way to the ground, but until then, this is how you can support yourself. Press the palms of your hands together and push your elbows back to keep your hips open and your chest open. You can go further down if you like here, but you don't have to. You can stay up high and just breathe. I'm gonna release all my props, go to a full Malasana yogi squat. This is an active pose, but you can relax into it too. It is truly stress relieving and has loads of other benefits, including great knee, ankle mobility, and is really relieving for lower back pain. Some people's knees might not be able to handle this. I have found that with care and practice that it has actually made my knees stronger, and I've had less knee pain. So I continue to practice my yogi squat daily. I don't think there's one day where I'm not in a yogi squat. So it's my go-to pose, and I'd love for you to try it every day too. Now for an optional twist and bind. Wrap your left arm under your left knee and grab it from behind with your right hand, opening up your chest toward the right side. And releasing out of it, now taking our right arm under our right knee and our left arm behind to grab and opening up toward our left side, chest open, looking up at the ceiling or sky. And breathe. This is one of my favorite ways to release my shoulders in the morning. I highly suggest it. If you're uncomfortable with this, it's fine that you are still in a regular yogi squat right now. Just continue to breathe. All right, unwinding. Here now we will head to a kneeling position, seated on our lower legs. This is hero pose. I am seated here on my feet to stretch them, but you can have your feet out to the sides and not sitting on them. Whatever is more comfortable for you. I prefer to sit on my feet. Hold good posture here with shoulders back, chest up and open, looking straight forward. Eyes are closed and we're looking for our breath again. This is a great alternative to lotus for meditation as well. Hero pose. From hero, we'll head to tabletop position for our next pose. So hands and knees, check that your hips are right over your knees, your shoulders are right over your hands, and we'll go for dragon. Now step your right foot forward just inside of your right hand and extend your left leg back as far as possible. You can cushion it with a blanket or pillow if you want. Bring your blocks in front. Bring your hands within your feet here. Let that right foot be outside of your forearms and relax down onto your forearms. Let that right knee just come out to the side as much as it naturally will. Roll onto the right side of your foot to really open that hip. And then try to relax into this. If you'd like, you can put a blanket under that left thigh to support the thigh and knee. This one's shorter, so don't fret. Okay, lift yourself from your block and frame that right foot again. So bring that right arm around it and then lift yourself up onto your toes and bring that foot back into down dog before stepping your left foot forward into that low lunge. Extend your right leg, straighten your toes, and then get onto those forearms. Forehead to block. Remember, hands are inside of that left leg and push that left leg out. You can even use your hands to push that knee out to really stretch the hip if you've got it in you. Otherwise, relax. If going down deep into this dragon pose is too much, you can just stick to that low lunge and have your hands up on your knee. You just won't get as deep or relaxed into it. Okay, forehead up off the block. Put those hands into the mat. Flip your toes. on that right foot and send that left foot back. You can just go to tabletop position, and you can push your blocks off to the side because we will not need them for this next pose. So find tabletop and then down dog. We're gonna do sleeping swan. So lift that left knee up to your chest first and then bring it forward. Fold it down so that your shin and calf are on the floor in front of you, your right leg extended back behind you. And then you can sit up or you can relax into this forehead to blocks or other props. We're going 2 minutes on the left side and 2 on the right. Find your breath. If this gets too tight, you can add more supports, or if you want a little more, take away those blocks. And forehead comes up off the block. Our hands come down to the mat. We flip our right toe and we send that left foot back, down dog. And we will switch to the other side. So right knee up to chest and then fold it up in front of you. Remember here, you can also change your edge by pushing your foot further forward or back towards you more. Find your way to your block and relax into it. And then look for 2 minutes of deep inhales, long exhales. Notice your breath and put the thoughts away. Let them float by. And our awareness comes back as we awaken from the sleeping swan, pressing our hands into the mat, lifting our left toes, pressing up and bring that right foot back, and then just drop to your knees. We are actually at 30 minutes, but we are going to do a bridge, 2 minutes. So if you want to finish, you can, or join us for the bridge. Head to your back, Feet on the ground, it's 10 inches or so from your bottom. On an inhale, we will lift our hips and place our blocks underneath. So do that. Place them right at your tailbone and your sacrum, and you can either place them flat or one on top of the other, or you can do one upright. Just do whatever feels good. Arms at your sides and relax your neck. Keep it extended away. I'm going to go ahead and flip these to the tallest position. And now's the time that we look for our last 2 minutes of deep breaths for this 2-minute bridge. With our belly up, this is a great time to send our breath to our belly. So as you inhale, send it deep down into your belly first, trying to fill your belly like a balloon. And then up through your sternum and then your upper chest. And as you exhale, send it back the opposite way, releasing all of it from your upper chest and then upper belly and then lower. And just focus on that breath flowing through its whole system here. You can also try letting your knees fall out to the side in a butterfly, feet together. That can be more comfortable for some. You can extend your legs all the way in bridge pose. It's great for the lower back. Breathe deep, deep breaths. Let it all melt away. And this is where we'll end. So on an inhale, lift your hips and remove your blocks. You're welcome to end with a savasana. I'm going to end here with some truly open hips. Thank you so much for joining my class. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, be well on your way.